Hey, welcome to this video. David here, and welcome to Beyond the Gurus, the missing pieces. In this series, we're going to explore the most popular spiritual teachings and teachers, and we're going to reveal the upgrades that make them really work, really work. And in this episode, we're building on the work of the amazing Dr. Joe Dispenza, and I'm really looking forward to get into it. It's been really interesting to explore the work and then add to it and build to it. So Joe says if you change your brain, then you change your reality. And neuroscience backs him up on that. Of course it does. But here is the problem. Most people feel incredible, often using the meditations or when they go on treats with Dr. Joe. Then they come back and they slide right back into the same life. The change doesn't last. So that's what we need to understand. Why does that happen? And more importantly, how can you create the change that actually makes a deep difference in your life and lasts forever? Now, it matters to me, this exploration. Since my out-of-body experience at the age of 3, I've been super obsessed with understanding the mechanics of change, consciousness, energy, and not just the kind of feel-good new age stuff, but actually how do we make lasting change? How do we do it consciously? And that's why I created the Conscious Creation Academy 30 years ago in my healing center. And later I worked with thousands of people as a healer and as a teacher. And I kept seeing the same patterns. People would try different techniques. They would rely on their brain in some way, shape or form. With Dr. Joe's and earlier teachers, they'd feel better for a while, but nothing really stuck. And here's the twist. Here's the insight that we all need, which is that brain doesn't actually make any change at all. It's not the cause of any change. The brain changes nothing. It's camouflage. And once you see what that means, then you're never going to look at the mind again, at the brain or your body or reality again. And I'm going to come back to that word camouflage. So Joe's work is brilliant, as we know, in so many ways. He's shown people that thoughts and emotions really do affect the body. Some people do get extraordinary results. But here's where it breaks down for most of us. That the brain is not the source of your reality. It's the recorder, if you like. It reflects what you already believe. You are not your brain. And that's what I really want to get across to you here. That the actual process of change is not about changing your brain. Now you can change the brain chemistry for a while and record it. But if the deeper beliefs of identity don't change, then the old patterns will simply return. That's why people go home often from events that he would hold or others would hold, and they kind of feel great, but again feel themselves slipping back into old ways. So let's have a look at this word camouflage, see why it's so important. Think of your brain and your body like a kind of VR set of consciousness. You put it on and suddenly you see this real world. It feels real, it sounds real, it looks like, this is the only world. But the fact is, this headset of consciousness isn't creating the game. It's showing you a picture. Okay, that's what the brain does. It filters reality for us, creating the illusion of a physical world, time, space, that type of thing, all created through the 5 senses. But the physical world that we think of as our main reality is also camouflage. It covers up a quantum field, a multidimensional reality that doesn't follow physical laws at all. That's where the change really happens. And if you want more insight on that, I've got some free training in the Conscious Creation Academy community. Try saying that in one mouthful, on school. All right, let's get back to the brain. So the brain creating this reality, managing our ability to use this world to pick up cups and do all this kind of stuff, it essentially helps us move and operate within this world. But it's not who we are. It's not who you are. You are the player, the creator of the game, the consciousness that's wearing this headset of a physical body. You are beyond the brain. And if you only try to change the headset, as our analogy goes, then you're tinkering with the filter instead of the source. And that's why change doesn't last. Beliefs don't live in neurons. They live in consciousness. They live in your consciousness. That's why no matter how much people take the brain apart and look at it, or it's explored, you will find no identity in the physical brain, no beliefs, no emotions at all. They simply don't exist within that. That's an operating system. And this means that when you change your belief on that deeper level of mind, consciousness, of energy and identity, the brain follows. It's a secondary act. That's why brain scans only show rewiring after the belief has shifted. That's really important. And the amazing thing is, science can measure the brain, but it can't measure consciousness. So if you trust only what can be scanned by science, you're going to trap yourself within the consciousness of the camouflage. Really important. And at a certain point, all of us, we have to let go of science. We have to start trusting a direct experience, your intuition, your dreams, synchronicities, and expand your consciousness. And that's when the door opens to a much deeper experience. You are a multidimensional being of consciousness. You're eternal. You are immortal. You're as dead now as you're ever going to be. You're wearing clothing, chemical clothes, and we call it a body. But real change happens when you upgrade your beliefs, expand your consciousness, and you add new empowering ones that release the old limiting ones, and therefore the brain can reflect different things. Then the brain updates, if you like. And that's what really changes. Remember, the mind is not the brain. So if the brain is camouflage, what does the real rewiring look like in daily life? Well, I want to invite you to test it out for yourself with a really practical step. Tonight, before you go to sleep, instead of rehearsing new thoughts to try and rewire your brain, invite your deeper self into your experience. Just say, show me who I am beyond this brain. Okay, because you're not your brain. So show me who I am beyond this brain, or something like that. Show me the beliefs I need to live my desired life. And then pay attention to your dreams, to the chance meetings, sudden insights, manifestations, that type of thing. That's where the rewiring happens. Consciousness reshaping the camouflage, not trying to reprogram the physical brain where nothing actually exists. So yes, to a degree, Joe is right. Change begins within. Brilliant. But for this work to really work at the leading edge of consciousness, teaching must be upgraded. The brain is camouflage. Consciousness is the creator. And that's it. And so that's the mission insight, if you like. And I hope you enjoyed the exploration. If you did, comment below with any questions about it. Happy to answer those. Subscribe to the channel. There's a lot of deep exploration coming every day for you. And if you want to go deeper into this, then you can actually make an identity shift, not a shift in your brain, an identity shift at the deepest level. Create a training called the Ultimate Belief Breakthrough. It's really good. I've trained as a hypnotherapist and an NLP practitioner. Obviously, I've combined that with these understandings. And inside, I'm going to show you exactly how to uncover your unconscious beliefs that shape your reality, how to transform them, let go of the ones that are holding you back so that you can really become a consistent conscious creator. And if you want to enjoy the community, then the link will be below on school. That's it. Have a great day. I hope that's interesting to you. I know it is. And the main key lesson here is that there's no consciousness in the brain. The brain changes nothing. The brain is part of the camouflage. It's an event, if you like, in your life. So you must understand that. And when you do, then you have access to the real power to make changes, and you don't have to rely on science in order to validate what you know. That's it, guys. Have a great day. Lots of love. Take care.